Hey guys, it's your boy Sushi here with another Arknights Endfield video. I know it's been a while since I've uploaded any Arknights Endfield content, but don't worry, Rossi is coming in 2 days, and this video will be all about the new Umbral reset. So if you guys remember, right, last time I was talking about Umbral being a little too easy. Wait, it's not over here. But this time, it's actually pretty challenging, especially if you're trying to use a character like Tang Tang. Okay, so you guys can see here, I trimmed it pretty nicely, not easily. Okay, I wouldn't say easily. So first, we're gonna read the mechanics for each of the 3 stages, and then I'm going to show you guys my builds for the characters that I use for these runs, and then I will show my live runs that I did live on stream yesterday. All right, guys, so let's jump right into it. So for this first stage, honestly, very, very easy. Okay, we have a bunch of these crane guys looking like the one of the final bosses in Kung Fu Panda, if you guys know which one I'm talking about. But the enemies are stronger and harder to interrupt. That's not a problem. Then elite enemies fight as a team, and more enemies will appear. Not a big deal. Okay, not hard at all. The only the only mechanic that you have to pay attention to is this guy. He uses chain hooks to attack allied operators. Chain operators will be stunned unless freed. So there are 2 or 3, I think it's 3. So there are like 3 little chain hook, like chains that attach to one of your characters, and then they get stuck, and then they can die very, very easily from that, especially if they're under levels, right? But all you have to do is run around the map, break those 3, and then that character is freed, no problem at all. And then there's this boss that puts some smoke out that makes you slower and all that stuff, but it's not really a big deal. And it also heals the other enemies. Like I said, not really a big deal if you do enough damage to deal with them. And Tang Tang, especially for this showcase, does a lot of really, really good AoE damage as well. So super easy fight, no sweat at all. Okay, just make sure to free some of your teammates because one of my weaker characters who barely has any levels and equips on her just kind of died one run for this. So just free the chained operator and there's no problem at all. Now for the second fight, oh, this one is so annoying. This one I struggled the most with. So let's read the mechanics. So enemies are stronger and additional enemies will appear. Exploding fire mist, these slugs are so annoying. So like the reason why they're so annoying is because of the third bullet point here. You cannot perfect dodge. Okay, so you cannot dodge the exploding slugs. You cannot perfect dodge the fire from the flamethrowers that they use and stuff like that. They are so annoying. So the only real mob or the only real enemy is this one, but there's 2 of them. So you'll start off with one of these first and a couple slugs. Then the other one will spawn later on. Okay. So they're very, very strong. They will use their flamethrower in a circle, and then they will leave burning patches on the ground. So I tried tanking these burning patches on the ground, but you literally can't. Okay, you literally cannot tank it even with like Ardelli and stuff. I tried. So the only way to deal with them is either to apply a physical status or solidification. So for those of you who might not know, solidification is when you apply an arts infliction and then you apply cryo. So anything that's not ice and then ice or cryo, and then they get frozen in the spot. Okay, so this was very, very challenging because about halfway through the fight I run out of SP to apply the solidification, especially when there's both of them, right? And they're just spamming their flamethrowers and I can't really get enough. I can't get close to them. They do too much damage. I just die instantly. And yeah, you just get cooked. But on the bright side, if you have been running a physical team, this fight is free. Okay, literally free. You just use your normal physical team. You just toss them in the air, knock them down, whatever you need to do, and you just interrupt their flamethrower BS for like free, literally for free. Okay, so easy. So run physical team if you have it, if you're struggling with this. But if you like the challenge, if you want to struggle a bit like me for content, running Tang Tang or any other solidification is actually kind of challenging, and I quite liked the level of difficulty for this Umbral for sure. Now let's talk about the last boss. Very, very cool boss. I really like the different moves and everything. The boss, it was actually really, really fun to fight. So much so that when I was done with my run, I kept trying to do one or two more runs to see if I can win a little faster or anything, even though I trimmed it already, right? But very, very fun fight, I would say. The mechanics for this boss is that the boss will have an enraged state that will constantly apply heat infliction to itself, giving attack and bonus and damage reduction. Okay, based on the number of heat infliction stacks. And the most annoying part about this is that when the boss is enraged, operators cannot regenerate SP naturally. So you know how if you're just fighting slowly, the bar slowly goes up. But if you generate SP from the final hit from your basic attack or Akikuri, Pog, stuff like that, you can get your SP back. Okay, so they won't just naturally fill up over time. It will only fill if you do one of those mechanics, your basic attacks, another character's ult, stuff like that. Okay. So the boss itself is not that bad. Okay, he does hit really hard. He has some really cool attacks that you have to learn how to dodge and stuff like that. But it's very fun fight. The only way to deal with his enraged state is that you need to apply Electro Cry or Nature Burst to shorten the duration of the enraged state. So when he's in the enraged state, there's not really much you can do. Okay, at least not right now with Tang Tang. Okay, I think Rossi can cook, and we'll talk about Rossi in just a sec. But once you apply these arts inflictions, the duration will be shortened so that you get your SP back and he won't nuke you if you make a mistake, right? So you just have to consistently apply these arts inflictions on him. Okay, now let's talk about Rossi and the reason why I think Rossi might just one-shot this boss or two-shot this boss. Because Rossi will convert the heat infliction to something to her physical debuffs and do a lot of damage, right? So this guy, since he puts on his own heat infliction, right? He puts it on himself. You'll see later in the VOD, but he just constantly applies it to himself, and then Rossi can just keep stealing it and just building up her stacks, do even more damage for her team. So I'm gonna try again when I get Rossi, and I think Rossi will literally just destroy this boss like for free. Okay, guys. But more or less, very good Umbral this time around. I think the challenge, the difficulty of this was perfect. I had to try, I had to sweat a little bit to actually win, and I think that's how endgame content should be, right? Not completely free, right? Not completely free, but you still have to try. If it's too free or if there's too much HP inflation like other gacha games, that's not really fun, right? And stuff like power creep, all that stuff. We won't talk about that in this video. But as you guys can see, I have it trimmed very nicely there with Tang Tang. So now let's get into the character builds that I used for this Umbral. So for Tang Tang, I'll just click around. I'll just show you guys. This is my current build on Tang Tang. I'm also running her as the main DPS, okay, just so you guys know. Oops. And full disclosure, I do have her P1, okay? I do have her P1, which allows a little more skill spamming and a little extra SP. Just so you guys know, right? It's better if you want to run her as a main DPS if you have her P1. I got really lucky with my summons, thank God. But other than that, that's the build. Oh, I have this too. So for this, I have let's see, I have what's this called again? I play so many games. Oh, it's artificing. So I have her artifice for her agility, and then this one, and then this one agility, and that one. This one only the main attribute. This one agility and battle skill damage bonus. Okay, that is my current build for Tang Tang. The reason why I'm running this is because you get to spam her skills a lot more, so you don't really need ult increase. I think some people run ult increase, but because I have her P1, I can spam my skills just a little bit more, get a little bit more SP. So getting my ult is not really a problem when she's on P1. Okay, yep. So that's a full build. I also ran Last Right as like a sub DPS a little bit for some of the fights. There we go. Some of the fights I needed more damage, right? I tried running solo Tang Tang with like a bunch of supports, but it was just easier to get Last Right to just nuke the boss a little bit more so that he would just die so I wouldn't have to fight as long. She's not fully maxed yet. Unfortunately, I can't get this up right now, but I'm saving and farming for Rossi instead since Last Right is my sub DPS right now. This is the current build. Only some artifice because I decided to stop artificing her because Tang Tang came out. And P0. Okay. And now I keep Xing out, bro. But I also ran Zai He. You can see only 60 out of 80. This is pretty much all I put on her. She has this, barely anything. Why do I keep doing that, bro? This is all she has. Not a single artifice. She is P5 max, of course, because she is an SR or a 5-star. Then we have Akekuri. I have that on her. Literally level 1, no essence, no anything. Bro, I keep doing that. And then we have all that. You guys can take a look. She's also P5. For some of the fights, I also used Perlica. Okay, this is my current Perlica build. Literally, like, nothing on her. Just Stanza. All that stuff for you guys to see. And P5 as well. I think those were the only characters I used. Those 5 characters. So we gotta save our characters. We have to save the ones that get trapped. Okay, so to save them, we gotta shoot these little chain thingies. Not a pretty hard, not that hard of a fight. Pretty easy. Bro, my last fight got trapped, dude. Here come the nukes. Yo, Pixie, welcome. Huge nukes, let's go. Easy clap, bitch. Easy clap. Oh. So no Zaihi, no Perlica. They're pretty cooking my run. They're cooking my run. So then why did they back up? Why did one of them jump away, bro? Is he stupid or something? AI prop? That's some bullshit, bro. They're already annoying as fuck. I'm dead. Now I don't have enough SP. You see this shit? I don't have enough SP now. These fucking slugs don't help. Now they have a cryo stack on them. But how do I get rid of the cryo stack? I think we got it this time. I think we're good this time. Okay, we got it. Whew, that was tough. I like it. I like it. Actual last run. Actual last run. God fucking damn, bro. The hell? Did he just teleport? Oh shit. Okay, I think I'll take that. Jesus Christ. So, really quick, I'm very close to 2,500 subscribers at the time of this video. I would really appreciate if you guys just hit that subscribe button really quick. I'm going to be giving away 2 monthly passes at the end of this month in a couple days, but we're so close. We're literally like 10 subs off, okay, guys? Really 10 subs off. So if I hit that goal of 2,500 subscribers, I will double the 2 monthly pass giveaways to 4 monthly pass giveaways for any gacha game that you want, okay? Woo-Wah, Arknights, any game you want, okay? Any gacha game that you want. All you have to do is like, comment, subscribe on this video. All right. And I stream every single night, guys. If I don't see you on stream, then I'll just see you in the next video. Bye.